The Battle of Kalgan was a battle occurring during the off-and-on mediation of a ceasefire between the Kuomintang and the Communist Party of China by George Marshall. It was fought in the renamed city of Zhangjiakou, China. Prelude. Around September 1946, Chiang Kai-shek was prepared to propose another ceasefire agreement, as the nationalist armies were within Kalgan, with the Communists to George Marshall, as long as the Communists agreed to the proposal of the National Assembly. Zhou Enlai responded that the ceasefire must occur at once. According to Zhou, if Kalgan falls into the nationalist hands, there would be a total national split. Marshall told Chiang that if the attack was called off, Mao Zedong would consider the ceasefire and that the Communists would also be willing to join the National Assembly or the coalition of nationalist and communist troops. Chiang knew the strategic location of Kalgan as the gateway for both armies' movement in and out of Manchuria. Its importance was that it helped secure the area south of the Great Wall. Marshall rejected the idea of the attack on Kalgan and threatened to send a message to President Truman to have himself recalled back to the U.S. On October 4, Chiang tried to persuade Marshall that he always have treated him very well and not to leave. Upon hearing that Marshall had indeed sent a radiogram to Washington, D.C., Chiang proposed a 10-day truce. Marshall rescinded his decision and stayed with a diplomatic package, proposing communist delegates to the National Assembly and the amalgamation of the communist armies into the nationalist armies as suggested by Chiang, and agreed upon by Marshall and Ambassador John Stuart. Zhou rejected it, saying that it was as equivalent to ask the communists to surrender. Zhou sent a plan to Marshall, which he became more impatient with Zhou than at any time during the year. Marshall told Zhou that there were no other reason to continue on with the talks. Battle. On October 10, 1946, General Fu Zhaoya attacked the city of Kalgan. The battle lasted to October 20. Outcome. Of the 150,000 inhabitants, 50,000 fled with the remnants of the communist armies. The model city of the communists lies gutted and ghost-like. The retreating communist army demolished or set fire to parts of the city. 3 weeks after the battle, the city was still without running water, electricity, and lines of communication. They also destroyed 52 factories located in the city, which deprived families of 3,000 workers of their livelihood, according to Time correspondent Frederick Gruen. The destruction of the city may have been a political mistake and may also have undermined their own guerrilla potential. The Communist Army lost about 100,000 soldiers in the defense. The Communist armies in Manchuria were also cut off from Yunnan.